I just want to go over kind of what I'm looking for as we head into the week this week. It'll be the December 19th through 23rd, 24th, whatever it is, the week leading up into Christmas. So actually, this week I'm expecting to see a lot more consolidation. Two reasons. One, like just mentioned, we have Christmas coming up. A lot of people are going to take the week off, spend time with their families. Excuse me. Their kids have off school. There's no reason for them to really go into work. They can kind of come back and reevaluate once the new year comes around. Second, being that last week we had a pretty trendy week. We had one day that we trended up, and there was 3 or 4 days that we trended down pretty hard. So that's important to realize because the market, it's not just going to go in a straight direction all the time. It needs time to set itself up to make a move. But anywho, as you can see, futures just opened up about an hour ago. We did get a nice little pop off the open. It did respect this 388475 level that I have on ES pretty well. Unfortunately, I was a little busy. Otherwise, I definitely would have taken a trade there. Could have got 10, 15 point move ish, somewhere in there. So that's something also, like, I've recently started trading futures, and I found it could be really beneficial for someone that doesn't have access to the market throughout the day. Like after you get home from work, or if for some reason you're up overnight or something, you can find good moves overnight, and sometimes it's actually a little bit more beneficial because there's not as high of a trading volume. So it's not like you're gonna get into a trade and it's all of a sudden gonna rip in the opposite direction. But anywho, so ES, these are kind of the levels that I'm watching as we head into tomorrow. Obviously, if we get a trend day, we could be outside of these levels. But if it is a range day like I'm predicting, then this should pretty much suffice as far as that goes. So that's what I'm looking for on the futures. If we're going to head over to the stocks, as you can see here, Apple on the weekly, I kind of like this setup. I don't really trade Apple much, but it's something that I'll monitor. As you can see, we broke out of this like falling wedge, descending triangle thing. We have a pretty solid level of support right around this area of like 134, 133. So if we fall below there, we could have some room to the downside. But also, we could bounce here as we did once, twice, 3, 4 times already. And we also rejected this before the stock price was able to get over it for the first time. But, we could also bounce and head back up to higher levels. So if we switch over to a smaller time frame chart on Apple, these are the levels that I would consider watching throughout the week. Below 133.91, I'd look for puts. Probably not in one move, but ultimate price target would be around 132 and then 130.50. To the upside, we have a little bit more resistance, some better price targets, in my opinion, for short-term moves above 135. You could see 135.8, 136.6, 137.36, and then we got a decent-sized gap up to 139. Another thing I'm watching is Tesla, or not Tesla, excuse me, Netflix. Tesla's in no man's land right now. I really don't. It moves good day over day, but I don't have any reason that I really want to trade it at the moment. So For Netflix, it'll be easier if I can switch over to this chart real quick. Basically, we just had a daily breakout of a big ascending triangle. Um, let's see. All right, there we go. So as you can see, broke out of this big ascending triangle, and we're setting up a possible 3 bar here. Um, obviously it could go either way, but for a 3 bar, we had this original candle, kind of one quote unquote consolidation candle that kind of just chilled around the same level. And so for this third daily candle, we're looking for a decent sized breakout to the downside. But also, if we're going to chop, we could just get some consolidation in this area, form like a bear flag or something like that. And ultimately, we could go up and retest the breakout since we never got that retest on this breakout. So there's a bunch of different options on Netflix. Definitely something I'm keeping on the watch list. These are all the different levels that I have. I got Netflix tried out pretty well. But we really have room down to like this low 260s. If we're gonna keep trending down, or like I said, we could work ourselves back up above 300 into the 320s as well. So that's just something to watch. SPY, nothing really changes on my SPY chart ever, but it is good to take a look from a daily perspective. So as you can see, we got above this all-time high trend line, I like to call it. It's just basically drawn from the all-time highs to all of the pivot highs throughout the year, and it's been pretty darn accurate. But as you can see, if we're gonna get some strength in the market, we have a couple of gaps to fill upside. You can probably see it better if I zoom in a little bit. We got about $1, $1.50, $2 gap there, and roughly the same up here. But so that's something to watch for if we get upside movement. We could consolidate a little bit, maybe retrace kind of in a pattern that looks kind of like that over here back to the trend line before heading down lower. Or we could just go straight downside. It all really depends on the volume for this week, if people are going to be in or out of the market, and if we have any sudden news events. And then the last thing I'm watching is going to be IWM. So I was really, really upset that I missed out on this 179.12 level last week. As you can see, it's been a pretty well-respected level for a while now, and I was planning to short if we could break underneath of it. Unfortunately, I wasn't at the computer. What is it? Like Wednesday afternoon when we did. So, something that you could watch for this week on IWM, if we go down to the 5-minute time frame. If the market's going to move down, we have room down to like the 168.30 area. If we're going to move up, I'd say that 179.12 would probably be somewhere close to the top, just considering that that's such a well-respected level. Or we could just chop in a couple dollar range here. That's always a possibility as well. But anyway, that's kind of what I'm looking for as a game plan into the upcoming week. Hopefully we can find some good trades and make some money before Christmas.